I just use the micro mesh buffing pads to put a high gloss finish once the 20 thin coats of CA has been applied. I turn the lathe back to about 9,000 and I just work through the coats with wet sand. Micro mesh is a very good system. The pads last quite a while. I can do almost 50 pens with each set of pads. I generally spend a little bit more time on the first pad, just so that I can take make sure I've got all the rough and high spots off. As you can see, the white paste that's coming off is the CA, so I can feel that that's actually quite smooth now. So I'll now start working through the grades, the brown, the green, etc, etc. That's the green. After I finish, I just give it a wash and take all the residue off, and I'll move on to the next one. I normally don't have the bottle of the can of water there, just for this demonstration. I've normally got another table just to the left of me where I keep the micro mesh and the can of water. After you wet sand, it's a good idea just to use a can of WD-40 and give your lathe a spray down at the end of every day, or before you go out and leave the lathe for a few hours. That just keeps the rust off. Not that I've got a big issue with rust in Western Sydney, but especially along the coast, if there's any bit of moisture around, the bed of the lathe seems to rust pretty quickly, as with any machinery. Any cast iron machinery. 2 more pads. And she'll be ready. This is the 12,000 grit micro mesh, the light grey, I think. And she's all done. With the last four towels that we had, I've now decanted this is just Brasso that I've decanted out of the big jar, and I just use that just to give it a final buff. I love the Brasso smell. It reminds me of time in the military. So that's done. Can you see the high gloss shine on it? Now this is Speed Glaze. This is Meguiar's automotive wax and polish. And I just put a thin coat of wax on top of my CA finish. It just makes it shine even more. I'm applying a fair bit of pressure to generate a bit of heat so that the wax will melt and the activators in it start working to make it go nice and hard. And as you can see, there's a nice high shine. And these two are spare. And they go into the next project.